Let's fix some things up. There we go. Perfect. Let's get Twitch live. I guess I should, wow, I'm woefully unprepared for this. Get avatar set up. There we go. All right, now just need to get Twitch up, and we should be okay. All right, start Twitch. All right, so EX08 is out on the sim for the most part, which means we are on version 1.6. So, hooray! With this, I figured I might as well spend like an hour or two, maybe 3, depending on how things go, testing out, obviously, the new hot deck, which is going to be Gallantmon, the most meta-relevant deck in the entire EX8 format when it comes to new decks from EX8. And it's not really a new deck, it's just an update. So let's go and build Gallantmon first. I don't know if I have a Gallantmon deck already built. I got a lot of like nothing built. I gotta go through some of these and just fix it. It does not look like I have a Gallantmon deck pre-built, because Gallantmon was literally not worth building until now. So let's go ahead and fix that and build a Gallantmon deck. So the best place to start is by not building it yourself. I'm jesting, partially. So let's go export text, copy, new deck, create one myself? No, we don't do that. We import. There we go. All right. So now that we have our base, we could go ahead and edit based on things that we like and things that we don't like. Obviously, this is not really going to be a thing come unification. We're actually going to have to try building decks ourselves instead of ripping them from Japan. But it's not like decks like this are that difficult. If you just stick mostly inside of your archetype or literally just use an engine, decks mostly build themselves. So I don't necessarily predict that deck building is going to be that difficult when unification hits. I'm just seeing if there is anything else that I want to look at. So, is this literally just the same list? Similar. They're running 3, they're running 2. We could probably get away with... they're just running these Takatos. Let's see if we could just get the proper... to get the art to show, because I don't know why it's not showing on here. Oh, it is. It's showing on the first one, just not on subsequents. All right. Do we really want this egg, or do we want the draw egg? That's the biggest predicament. The extra range is nice. So what does this card delete by? So when attacking, if Gallantmon or X antibodies in this Digimon's Digivolution source, this Digimon gets plus 4,000 DP, and one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 4,000 DP. So this is deleting one of the opponent's Digimon with 1000 DP or less. So this actually is deleting with a range. This is deleting with a range. This is deleting with a range. A lot of the deletion is range based instead of like delete with the lowest. So the egg is not terrible. I mean, we have these, so we still have like tons of search and draw power. So this person's using 6 tamers. And this person is opting to not use medieval. Do we need medieval? That's the big thing. So what does this Takato give us blitz by? When one of your Digimon digivolves into a Gallantmon or Growlmon in its name, that Digimon gains blitz. I could probably do without this and play the BT13 one instead. I mean, this is a good card, but like I don't think this deck particularly needs medieval Gallant. I think like just this Gallant works way better. So we'll make that swap. Because I do just like having the extra option of a rusher that could cost basically nothing. That's always fun. I like the consistency package. Maybe I could go down an X antibody, considering that's like a whiff target. I do like the 4... Oh, there's only... So, yeah, let's go down 1, and then, boom, up 1. Perfect. Let's fix ratios first. Wow, they're really skimpy on the rookies. So I probably... So Gallantmon? Let's look at Gallantmons. Yeah, I'm probably going to be looking at a couple of references. Using my favorite Digimon, I'm going to a competition using my favorite one. Yeah, I mean, I think, like, literally out of everything EX08, Gallantmon is very easily the most meta-defining thing in it. Like, hands down. He is a pretty... Like, literally because of the existence of this card, this fixes a lot of Gallantmon's issues, because the first big issue that Gallantmon had was the lack of protection. Like, they thought that the idea of him replacing himself was the protection. So it's just like, oh yeah, you could let your Gallantmon die, you just need to make sure that you have a Gallantmon to warp back into it. And that was like literally his protection, was you just need to redo it, but cheaper, and it wasn't really that much cheaper. So like the fact that this adds the needed protection is the important part. And then obviously the like extra everything that this card does, like this card's hyper pushed. I hate it because it's also in like 3 of the most played colors. Well, okay, maybe at least red isn't as heavily played, but like it being in blue and yellow was like completely unnecessary, because like those are some of the better X antibody colors next to purple. Like honestly, if they swapped out yellow for purple or like something for purple, like this card would easily be played in like literally everything. Dog package would play it. Like it's literally just one card. Like it was one color off from probably being the most generic card in the entire game when it comes to a boss top end. So yeah, anyway, let's just finish up fixing this list, because everything so far seems okay, minus the low rookie count, but there's not really a way to like fix that because we need the X antibodies other than sacrificing tamers. So I'm going to be like ignoring chat for a hot second to look at a couple of references. So some people go down on the level 4s and they're running only 9. So like 9 and 7 is probably where they're making up the rookies. So we go down and what? Down one of this. Because this sets up our tamer. We realistically only need like this to happen once. There is an argument for Cool Boy. Like, Cool Boy seems like a really good tamer in this deck. I mean, granted, like, the Blitz is nice, but we have to unfortunately run the Blitz still because we don't have the new tamer that just does everything. So, yeah, unfortunately, we're still stuck running this, and the memory gain, the fact that we don't always gain the memory is not that great. Also, no warp potential is also not that great. What do they cut down? So they cut down on the memory boosts, so they're less memory boosts and more tamers. I could get down with that. Oh, so I wanted to add. So we could go down here, run 3-3-3, run 9. So run a 9-7. And then we have our Gallantmon. So what's this Gallantmon lineup? So they're only on 2 of this? I think that's wrong. I think this should be a 4. And then we could do like 2-2. So what does this card do? When one of your Gallantmon or tamers with Takato in its name is played. That's kind of weak. I think we could go down 1 and up 1. Just so we could still try to see this to line up this play. And then we could run another Takato. So I think we only need 2 blitzers. Just because, like, again, we only need to see this tamer kind of just once. I mean, but by that logic, 3 is probably fine. So what is the other Takatos? So let's look at the Takatos. Takatomon. I would have loved it if, like, I could just put Takatomon and then, like, Takato just shows up. That would be hilarious. So we got BT17. So when one of your Digimon with Gallantmon, Groundmon, or Gallantmon in its name is on our field at the start of our main phase, we get to gain 1 memory. During the end of our turn, we get to place this tamer and one of our Groundmons and War Growlmon from our trash to the bottom of our Digivolution source and Digivolve a Gallantmon into a Gallantmon from our hand, ignoring its Digivolution requirements without paying the cost. That's not bad. And then this is the memory setter. Yeah, this is the memory setter. So let me look at one reference really quick. Let's... All right. I'm just looking at a reference just to see like what other people have done with Gallantmon and kind of like what I can substitute. Because we're still missing the BT19 cards, and the BT19 cards are pretty good. Alright. There we go. So, I still kind of do like Cool Boy. So, how many rookies is he running? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So, I could go 10. So, he's running none of this one. I kind of think that's correct. I think that's easily the weakest Gallantmon. Like, very easily. So I think, like, this is fine. We got our Searcher, we got our X, we got our Rush. Then... What's he doing? 1, 2, 3, 4. So I do think maybe 3 of this is fine. He cut down on a Crimson. I think 2 Crimson's okay. I guess I could always cut one for deck space. But let's go... Yeah, let's go with a Protoform. Just because Protoform can still save us on Digivolution, like, because it just is basically a Hammer Spark for X antibodies. He's on 3 and 4, which makes sense because we want to use X antibody early. 7. So 2. I do really like Cool Boy and X antibody, like heavy decks. And then I have 2 card slots left, so probably put the red memory boost back in. Be kind of light on Tamers, or I could do 3 Cool Boys. Do I go 4 Cool Boys? That's the question. That's the real question here. Or do I just put in another rookie? And I think I do. I'll try the draw egg just because I do value the consistency. So I could do maybe like 1 Uko. No, I don't think Uko's the play. I mean, Uko with this card's always been funny to me because I remember when I was testing it out with Red Hybrids for when I Crimson Blaze. So let's go with the draw geeky because I do value the consistency and I still do like this card. Like, just increasing the range is never really a bad thing. Now the only thing is I have 1 card slot, so I could probably play like 1 Takato or something, or like maybe another Cool Boy. I think like 6 Tamers is fine though. Like it lets me see 1 of this and 1 of this on average per game with enough card draw. So I could put back a level 5, or I could put back a level 4. What's his level 4 lineup? It's literally just these 2. I mean, the Tamer Setter's not that important if I'm not running a Takato, so maybe I do just play like 1 of the Warp Takato. Not the memory setting Warp. Although I do really like the memory setting Warp. I think I'd run like 1 of this Takato. I think this is like okay. I don't know if this card is that great. Maybe it's just more DP. So maybe I could reduce that for another X antibody. Because I really do like this card because just when Digivolving, draw 1, discard 1 is like good. Then if Groundmon or X antibodies in this Digimon's Digivolution source, it gains when you play a Gallantmon. Oh, it gains an on-delete ability that basically protects itself. One of your opponent's Digimon gains on delete. Play 1 card with Gallantmon in its name from your trash for free. Wait, what? In this Digimon's Digivolution until the end of the opponent's turn, this Digimon... Yeah, so this is just more protection. So I kind of do value the extra protection. So I think, like, this is fine. Because this isn't that useful of a card if we don't have the Takatos. Like, the DP's fine. I mean, that's just what this card's doing. It's just DP. Yeah, so we could rock with this and kind of see if we need the red memory boosts for extra search. Because I could take out this Takato and then maybe something else and put in a red memory boost instead. Maybe that's just better. But I think I just want to keep the Takato in for the time being. Because this one's at least a free warp. So, like, if I have this on the field and a scramble already set up, I could, like, rush Geel and then warp into, like, Gallantmon or something. For free. So, I do really like that. Maybe I do put the Takato out for another level. Yeah, we'll try upping this so that way we have a higher chance of seeing it. And kind of just rock with this for a minute. We could see if we need the extra Takato later. Because this deck's not really that interested in trying to set these up anymore. Or at least, like, the tools that we would want make it significantly harder. Maybe 2 of the main Takados. Yeah, that's kind of where I was thinking, was like, I still see the value in this card. It's just deck space is now getting a lot tighter. So I'll start off without him in the initial testing, and we could kind of iterate from here. I don't necessarily think like this particularly matters as much, as long as it's just a Gigimon, right? Yeah, as long as it's literally just a Gigimon, we should be okay. So Gallant, EX08. Alright. I know everyone's probably going to be testing Gallant. Because he is the new hotness. This is okay. I could start with this, or start with a cool boy. So I have options. I could keep this hand. So I could Gallantmon Cool Boy, see what happens. I could just pay the 1, but no, I'm just gonna Cool Boy. That's a good draw. So now I just need to find its X or Gallant X. Well, I found another Gil X, so that's not terrible. Unfortunately, these go to the bottom. Okay, purple hybrids. This is already a bad matchup. No. Lucemon? Lucemon. Do I just move up? Because I Evo for 2, Evo for 0, Evo for 3. I can't Digivolve, but like, what's he reasonably gonna do? I think I do just move up. Like, his deck really doesn't kill my thing. Oh, nice. That's a big draw. So I could X antibody in here. So let's Evo for 0. Ooh, Scramble's extra good here. Because this gives me the memory to now scramble. Ooh, offense training. Still good. What am I going to discard? That's the question. I think it might be Rush Geel. I think it is Rush Geel. Just set that up in the trash. Now I can scramble on this to Evo into here. And then delete. And then I get Digivolve. So does this Evo for... That Evo's for 1. So unfortunately I am a little shy on memory to be able to use this card. Is this just security tech plus and more removal? I don't really need that. So, I don't have... Yeah, oh, I have to scramble. Scramble, scramble, scramble. Always remember to scramble. So I could Digivolve into here, but that's useless. This card's obviously much better. So, unfortunately, I mean, I found my Gallant X. So, like, next turn, I could just Digivolve into Gallant X, gain another card draw. Start searching. Ooh, he added this. Your Digimon with Lucemon in its name. Oh, he's just going to try bouncing it? Oh, I guess that does suck. I wasn't anticipating him running a Seraphi Ace. This is why Rush Gallantmon's in the deck. So we get to put back probably Growlmon. Because I'm going to need to draw a level 4 because I have everything else. Yeah. So add this back. Play out Gallantmon. Oh, it doesn't have rush. Right. So... yeah, that was probably a misplay. Oh, Blitz. Gain a memory, draw a card. Yeah, we'll add one of these. Then we go here for 2. I'm probably gonna have to X antibody. Yeah, this I was not anticipating. Otherwise, I was like 110% fine. I have too many of these, so I could just discard one. Digivolve. This at least gives me some protection. Oh, I could delete this? Yes, please. More memory! Because now I can't be returned to hand or deck. So this is like extra threatening now. And then this should be able to delete the Cupid. No. Alright. I really just need a Gallantmon again, because I'm super invested in this one stack. I mean, I could Gallant. So let's go ahead, because I have the X antibody underneath, so I kind of don't want to. So let's go ahead and search first. Ooh, both are good. Both are very good. I think I do just take the Crimson. I already have the protection. So maybe I just throw a Takato. Because he reasonably shouldn't be able to do anything about this Digimon. Just the hard slam on the Shadow Seraphi was crazy. Those are all kind of garbage. So I should reasonably just easily win this. Because the second I go into, like, Gallant X Antibody, I think the game might just be over. Although he pays a lot to be able to pay, like, break my protection. But I think, like, honestly, like, if I have to choose to get rid of something or recover, making him recover is not the worst thing because I do trash security. Or I just literally get rid of Takato. This Lucimon's basically as good as dead. And he does have a Lucimon in his trash. And he also has a Chaos Mode. So I want to be at ideally 0 memory. So when I go into X Antibody, like, I want to be at 0 memory, so I swing, use X Antibody, Digivolve into Gallant X. Oh, well, it doesn't matter. I could just put myself to 1 and Digivolve and still be at 0 and gain all the protections. So I guess it doesn't matter. Drawing a rookie probably would be really nice. This is kind of where, like, Protoform comes in handy because, like, out of everything in my stack, the rookie is the only thing that I would rather have back. He doesn't have... oh, he's just using the option to Digivolve into Lucimon from his trash. Okay. So this is fine because now I just scramble. Or I training. I could take another training just to look for the rookie, but I think this is fine. Then I swing. Delete and gain the DP. Digivolve using X antibody. Gain Blitz. -4. +4. Delete and unsuspend. Gain a memory. Gain a memory. Gain a memory. And then Cool Boy? Cool Boy should be the last thing to trigger. Yeah, okay. There it is. Okay, that's good. I didn't unsuspend. Oh, because I trashed the security, right? So now we just start building a secondary stack in the back. That's nice. So I don't care if he pops an offense training. Ooh, that's good. I already have my 1 Tocado set up, so maybe I just Digivolve in the back, choke him to 1. And then reasonably, what's he gonna do? Ooh, that's a nice draw. I've already drawn, like, I drew a lot. Taking a Lucimon? Don't care. This is already a pretty bad matchup for him. Sure. I'll delete a Tocado. I don't care. I have another one in my hand. That was 100% inconsequential. What does he have in his trash? That he's going to play out. Nothing that matters. I'll say that. So now I could put Rush Gallantmon back into the trash. Scramble. I have just enough memory to do whatever I want. So we'll scramble, set this up first. I'm going to decline the effect so that way I can gain the protection. Oh, I'm an idiot. I should have just protoformed there. Alright. Yeah, because then that would have been free. And then it would replace itself. So now I can pop a scramble. Digivolve for 1 into a Gallantmon. Yeah, I think this Gallantmon's fine. Like, the Blitz doesn't matter. What does this do? This has Rush, so I just play that later. Yeah. Ooh, okay. That's good, because now I just X antibody on it. Swing? -4 +4? No. Is he gonna ace me? See, that's a mistake. Yeah, because now I just pop this, and then I Digivolve here. Like, using the X antibody. Draw. Use this effect. Delete your Digimon. Gain more memory. Sure, you could Cupimon. I only have 7 memory to work with. Then Digivolve. Annoying, but not the end of the world. Because I could just rush, right? He's got enough cards in his trash, or I could just honestly do this. Delete his Digimon and then burn 2, and then rush for game, right? Oh, I'm an idiot. I should have just offense training if I was going to do that. There. Easy. I think the issue with Gallant, with Mirage being still a thing. I mean, Mirage, so like the meta dynamic is going to be shifting to basically be Mirage can beat Gallant, yes, but the consequence is Purple beats Mirage, and then Gallant ideally wants to beat Purple. So that's kind of the meta dynamic that we're going to be going into. And then on top of that, you have probably like in the center of that triangle, the OTK decks that could beat everything because they're just OTK decks, or like OTK / hybrid that could beat everything because you just can't interact with them. I guess technically Mirage can kind of beat those, because if Mirage can like floodgate them out early enough, then they just can't do anything, because they're so reliant on their setup, and Mirage, if you go fast enough, just literally says you cannot set up. Do you have any tips for beginners? Stay away from secret rares. Like, so I guess that's kind of disingenuous to say. This is not good. I need a rookie. Mulligan. Still not good. Don't have a rookie, and I'm going first. This is going to be extra rough. Well, let's see how this turns out. Bam. I at least could, like, draw and discard if this thing sticks. But any tips for beginners? It's mostly... So, Digimon is a fairly simple game. It's very easy to understand, so just understanding the basics probably is going to be to your overall benefit. And then as far as like actual deck building tips, is make sure you get the staples, which is unfortunate to say. But that's how it is with like most card games, except for like Magic the Gathering, because you don't need staples in Magic. I mean, you do, but staples are defined differently based on decks. So let's Digivolve here. Not what I'm looking for. Draw. Discard. Yeah, they're pretty much ready to rock, which is unfortunate for me. I'm gonna have to take base Gallant. It's not the searches I need. Not having a rookie start, like, this is the reason why I kind of sometimes hate 10 rookies, is because if I don't have a rookie start or like enough searchers, then I am just kind of SOL. So this person literally can move out and go into a Mega Digimon. because they'll Evo into Hankun for 1, gain the memory back, so it's actually for free, and then go into the Mega using the second one and out my Digimon and kind of just win the game from there. So, like, this is kind of why, like, these cards are, like, hyper important, is because they just accelerate your plays that much more. Like, having all of these setup cards is, like, it's literally just lining up for one big burst turn. Interesting. Yeah, so I think I have to Cool Boy here, just to try to find something. Well, unfortunately, I missed on everything. That's partially why Cool Boy is not super great for this deck. Well, I found the X antibody, just literally one card too late. But at least I gained the protections, so, like, this is fine. Because next turn, I could X antibody into Gallantmon X. Save this Gallantmon for something else. He's just waiting for my protections to go away. Okay. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that play at all. This card's really bad for the deck. One of the opponent with as many or fewer Digivolutions so can't attack. Oh, okay, I guess it's not that bad. No. Still no rookie. I don't know what's going on. But I have to invest in the stack, unfortunately. So I could swing an Evo, or I could Gallantmon X off of this. I think I just swing an Evo and I save this, because this is more precious of a resource. So, minus 1,000, plus 1,000. Goodbye. Gain a memory, unsuspend. Blue memory boost, not good. So now they're basically ready to rock. Although I do have some protection. That he can't out either. So now he... Oh, wait. No, he just goes into Plesio. Plesio plays out the rush jamming. Or this card. And then he gains a memory. So he'll be at 2. And then he Evos. Sees the Evo. DNAs. Does anything else happen here? No. He just gains the memory for playing the Digimon out. Did he forgo that? I guess he forgoed it. Can you? Hankun play out a rookie from the source. Get more card draws. Gain a memory. Digivolve into Metal. Oh, now Metal de-digivolves me because the memory. And then he gets to DNA. Any staples you should prioritize? Trainings, scrambles, and memory boosts. So what does this card actually do? While you have one or more memory So while you have one or less memory, none of the opponent can activate on plays. So if I just hard play this for the 9, I could out it, right? And then overflow? While you have one or more memory. While you have one or less memory. Okay. Yeah, I mean, he doesn't have security attack plus, so these are just whatevers. It really, so, like, after this match, I'll show you, like, the staples you should kind of just prioritize in general. It's really unfortunate that the game is kind of, like, getting to this state where, like, staples and engines are probably the best things to do, and it kind of just takes the fun out of the game. Because most of your deck, like, deck building in Digimon already is kind of easy, and staples and engines just basically turn it on, like, extra easy mode. Delete one of the opponent's Digimon with 6k or less. If none of the opponent's Digimon was deleted, delete one with 13 or k. I mean, this is literally only happening because I had a really bad start. I don't necessarily think this is that great of a deck. I do have Gallantmons in trash, so I am going to have to use this. So the card I'm going to want to put back on top, it might have to be the level 5, just because I have a 4, I have a 3. I'll have the 3. Yeah, I think it does have to be this. As much as I want the Gallantmon. I don't have any bridges. So this will be my card draw, and when I delete, gain a memory. If this Digimon has oh, that's when attacking. I think I do just play out the X. How come I didn't get the top, like, the on play? I think it just might be bugged. Because I should have got the on play to dig this out. But that's fine. So we're going to Digivolve. It's going to have to be this one. Oh, I didn't get the on play because of Aegis. Right. So we'll delete you. Unfortunately, I am... Oh, I could gain a memory here. Duh. I know what I'm doing. Draw a card, gain a memory. Yes. I could probably just discard this, since I'm most likely not going to use it. Or no, I think I discard this level 5. Like, I don't have a Takato in my hand, so that's pretty not good. And then I could Digivolve here, get an extra draw. Digivolve here. And then, unfortunately, I'm going to have to, like, Gallantmon. This is, like, not a good Gallantmon at all. Oh, of course. Whatever. I could use this next turn. We'll get rid of the Honkoon. Yeah, unfortunately, I probably do just lose. Well, actually, I don't, because I have Crimson mode. So, if he accidentally plays into Crimson mode, like, that would be pretty good for me. What does this do? I guess he's just playing this, like, really bad Aqua deck. Like, the Gomas are not good. So, I'm obviously going to be deleting the Metal Seadramon to end the turn. And then he gets to eat something back up. Yum, yum. Delete these two. Oh, I deleted the wrong one. I thought I had enough range. Oh, well, okay, so I just threw. Alright, whatever. I actually had a chance and I clicked the wrong card. Because I thought it let me select both of them, but, Okay, so as far as staples you should just get that go into pretty much almost every deck, which most decks in this game are stack-based decks. So stack-based decks means you're going from level 3 to level 6. So you're going to want your scrambles, you're going to want your trainings, and you're going to want your memory boosts. So your memory boosts could either be the two-colored memory boosts, which are like Garnet and Wisteria and Amber. It really just depends on the deck that you're trying to do. Or they're going to be like the just literally generic colored based ones. So you have red, you have blue, you have yellow, that type of thing. So those are going to be your staples number 1 to get. Because those literally go into almost everything, period. So the only things that they don't really go into are like the non-traditional stack-based deck. But for like a beginner, starting off with the traditional stack-based deck is probably going to be what's easier on you, not only from a learning perspective, but from a like deck building perspective, so you could kind of understand how the flow of Digimon generally is supposed to go based on the natural design and tendencies of the game. You could explore and get into all of the funky shit later, but I do not recommend like doing that, because I could say, oh, just build a hybrid deck. Well, hybrids use completely different like formulas and ratios and play patterns that just are not exactly... They're Digimon, but they're not, like, true Digimon. Like, this is probably what true Digimon is supposed to be. Digivolving up, combating high-level Digimon with high-level Digimon, and these cards make going up into your high levels that much more efficient. So, those are staples number 1 to get, and then after that, it kind of just depends on, like, the deck that you want to build, because certain colors have certain engines that you might want to lean into, or you're just going to pick an archetype and then just go. So those are probably staples number 1 to get, is the insane delayed options. They should be pretty, like, I know the memory boosts are usually pretty affordable, because these came with this in like the same little booster. I don't necessarily recommend that starting out. You could buy like the special set if you wanted to. Not special booster, I think it's literally just called the special set, just to be able to get one like to get them all at once together. But like the trainings usually come with like a starter deck, or they shouldn't be too expensive. I'm like praying, because they did get reprinted in a starter deck and they were in a promo pack. And then I know memory boosts, like the normal colored memory boosts, the one colored ones, these are dirt cheap. Like you could easily get these. So yeah, that's like for beginners where I would probably start, is like figuring out what deck you want to build. I would lean heavier into stack-based decks, and then just kind of getting the staples and just getting the cards and figure out the game's mechanics. I need to mulligan this. This is better. So, like, the reason why these cards are good isn't necessarily for the explosive turns. Yes, they're good for that. It's just the way the game flows now. You don't want to interact with your opponent. As awkward and terrible as that sounds, you just do not want to interact with your opponent, period. If you give the opponent things to interact with, because of just how explosive the game has kind of gotten, it's just the wrong thing to do. So, like, him playing out this gives me an opportunity to be able to interact with him and gain even more benefits for him literally having something. Which is partially what, like, Gallantmon wants to do as a card or as a color. Yeah, this is the part where I'm kind of just stuck and I don't have anything good. Like, if I saw my level 4, this is the easiest level 4 play, but I think I'm just going to have to maybe throw away Scramble so I don't give him too much memory. Also, trying to keep my hand count low because I know how the discard deck works. Yeah, so he wants to get his Searcher off the field. He could have invested in it, but again, it's leaving something for me to interact with. So he's probably noting that I'm bricked. I could keep him and raising. Lose out on the card draw, but that's fine. So next turn, I'm probably going to be moving out. Yes, you do not want to interact with the opponent. That is the direction that the game has headed in. Interaction means weakness. What's that card? Oh, Devimon. So, like, that's why this card is so good, is because the turn I go up into him, if I'm doing my job correctly, the opponent reasonably should not be able to interact with my card. That means I'm doing my job correctly in giving the opponent nothing to interact with. I'm going to keep it in breeding because I'm just going to Cool Boy. All whiffs. I really wish I had that Gallantmon, but that's fine. But yeah, that's unfortunately, like, so I could bring up literally, like, the list of all of the meta decks and tell you how interactive each one is. The majority of the decks in the game do not want to interact with the opponent. Gallantmon is a deck that, so, like, okay, as an example, he is moving out. So he is ready to do his big thing. So he's giving me an opportunity to interact with, and if you read my inheritables, when a Digimon is deleted, gain a memory. If he doesn't have a Digimon, I can't gain the memory. So this is like the prime example of why leaving stuff out haphazardly is actually very bad. Do I want to discard a card? Sure, I could discard a card. I need the memory. And I also could grab it back. So I could Yeah, I'll use this. Because I could add a card on top and then search it out. So I'm missing a level 4, so we'll add the level 4 on top. And then play out the Gallantmon, because I don't have anything on my field. That lets me grab one of these. So there's an argument for this Growlmon again, but actually this one's probably better for the situation. No, we'll put the Gallantmon up first. Draw a Gallantmon, that's good. So now I'm going to move out, and now I get to do my thing. So I'm going to pop this to Evo into here for 1. Use this effect to not Digivolve, because this reduces the Digivolution cost by 1. So yeah, let's not do that. We're going to use you. So I'll be able to gain memory. So this will make this basically free because of the cool boy. And then I get to see, now I get to wipe his field, and then he just is SOL. What does this do? On delete, if there are 7. Okay, I don't even have to worry about that. So yeah, we'll just get rid of the blocker. Gain 2 memory. And then I can swing Evo into Gallantmon X, put him at 1. And kill his Digimon. So we'll draw a card for the Growlmon attacking. Ooh, that's good, because now I could use this next turn to set up my Takato for free. Digivolve using X Antibody. Use the effect. -4, +4. Delete. And that's it. Oh, right. I get to basically do this. And then set up the Takato. Yeah, he just quits. So this is a prime example on why you do not want to interact with your opponent, is because you could just get blown out. Like, he decided to leave Digimon on his field for me to interact with, and now I'm in a winning position because he can't deal with my board state. He physically cannot deal with my board state. So he just automatically loses the game. And that was, what, a total of, like, actually game turns. That was maybe, like, 3-4 turns a player. So maybe, like, 6 to 8 turns total. Because it was, like, what? Setup card, setup card, setup card, while Digivolving, move out, kill. So, yeah, that was, like, 4, like, I played 4 turns. And 3 of those 4 turns, I did absolutely nothing. And then I blew up the opponent's field and won the game instantly. Like, that's the unfortunate thing. I'm not necessarily saying play control. So, here, I'll show you. I'll just pull it up real quick. So, I'll just go to the English finals. So, this is the top 32 decks of the regionals that I played in. This is probably the most sweatiest of metas that we could possibly have been in. And the top 32 archetypes is as follows. OTK deck, hybrids, so no real Digimon, and then when they die, they just replace the tamer and then lose absolutely nothing. So, like, you have a sit here, do nothing, wait and raising, or speed my evolution out and force you to lose the game because you can't reasonably find your parts and pieces or play the game very well. So you have basically like a floodgate deck that also can OTK. You have a deck where it just it gives literally no bodies to interact with, and it just recycles its one body over and over again. 7 Great Demon Lords is the only control deck where a lot of the cards are basically saying, like, yeah, you could do something to me, but if it's not in a very specific manner, I'm still just gaining benefits for it, so it's not like it realistically matters if you're interacting with me or not. And this is like one of the prime decks where it's just like, if you give them stuff to interact with, they will interact with you in the most negative of ways, which is why you don't leave things on the field for the opponent to interact with if you can avoid it. Literally because of like the few control decks that are actually in the format. 3 Great Angels is probably the most interactive of decks because, again, it's leaving a body on the field trying to set up a position to where you can't interact with them, but they can interact with you. So it's just like you try to delete their Digimon or remove them from the field, and they'll say, no, I'm just going to lose a security and my Digimon's going to stay. And then if their setup is correct, they have a card that'll just passively recover the security that they just lost, basically negating what you just tried to do. So like, but when you leave stuff on the field, then they can interact with you and just blow you out of the water. So like, if you're not like fast enough to not leave anything on the field or kill them, then what you are leaving on the field better have some of the best protections in the entire game. Otherwise, you're just going to lose. Fenrir Lucamon, another OTK deck. Leviamon X, kind of similar position to 3 Great Angels, where it's just like, I kind of just stop you from wanting you to play the game normally. So you're going to have to like try to dance around me, because if you leave anything on the field, then Leviamon, just like Demon Lords and 3 Great Angels, is going to take advantage of that and just kill you. Leviamon doesn't really have any protections, but he does have the ability to just replay himself and blow up everything on the field, which is incredibly stupid. So he's just another prime example of like one of the few control decks. Then you got Magnamon X, where it literally is a card that has very specific outs. And if you don't have the specific out to him, then you're just going to lose to him because you can't interact with him. So he's just a big dumb boss monster that just says, you physically can't touch me most of the time. Then you have Ancient Grey, another OTK/hybrid recycle myself deck. Dexter is another one of those like control decks where it's just trying to blow up your field and take advantage of Digimon being on the field. But again, if you don't have Digimon on the field, they literally cannot do anything. Like, they could just passively chip at you. That's the best they got. But yeah, if you leave stuff on the field, then this deck will just supposedly walk all over you, which is why it did pretty well in this event, because there was a lot of 3 Great Angels trying to basically limit the interaction while still interacting with you if you're trying to out them. So, yeah. Then you have Imperial, which is another big, dumb, uninteractive deck, where it's just like, I'm going to blurp all at once, DNA, multi-attack, and set up a lock to where you just can't out my Digimon. So that's going to be the repeated pattern of like, you can't out me, you can't out me, you can't out me, you cannot out me, you can't out me. Like, the game just wants you to not interact with the opponent, as awful as that sounds. And then Rapidmon X is just another like weird control deck where if you're just unanticipating it, like, he has a really good not only just some decent removal against smaller bodies and floodgates that are sitting on the field, which people are playing because, you know, you have to try to slow the opponent down in any form you can. But he also has some decent protection for a single turn, which sometimes is all it really needs to try to bait you out and then control you from there and hit you on the crackback. So yeah, like the majority of the meta literally is just trying to either over interact or leave nothing on the field to interact with. It's not a great spot. So that was my little soapbox on that. To play devil's advocate, I think every single TCG you don't want your opponent to interact with you. Yes. Emperor, that is 100% true. So like I kind of explained it in my latest episode of the podcast. I'll load up a game while I discuss this. I talked about it in my latest episode of the podcast where it's just like every game strives to be as degenerate as Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! Is the game like you do not want to be or play because of just how awful that game is to actually play. And I say this after trying to play it. So yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is that game you don't want to be, but because the power creep is so high, every game eventually just tries to become Yu-Gi-Oh! Like Digimon, for example, we have so much playing stuff for free that we're like very close to Yu-Gi-Oh! Levels of stupid. This is okay. I have stuff to do. So we'll Digivolve here. 4-0. Gallant's fine. We'll just training. The classic turn. Ooh. So I got two really good options. I think I'm going to have to take the Gallant X, even though I really want the War Growlmon, because the War Growlmon helps not interact, or my opponent not be able to interact with me. But I could always try drawing this later, and I don't. I know I have less of this, so I'll just take the Gallant. You got an effect off of Crimson Mode Ace, but Aegis protects your Deep Savers from Digi effects if the memory is one or more. Oh, that's true. Yeah, Aegis just floodgated me, I guess. I have zero idea what they're trying here. They're really smoking something. So we'll end the breeding area. We'll search first. As much as I don't like this as the searcher. Not great. I would have rather had these, but I realistically wasn't going to be getting to them. So I could invest into here in the raising, or I could just invest in here. What does this do? It just, when attacks, deletes something. He literally has done nothing. And I'm not going to be dumb enough to attack his security. So I'm just going to leave nothing for him to interact with. That's unfortunate. I drew this after this. I would have loved this before this, but whatever. But yeah, so like it's happens in a lot of games where it's just like, so Yu-Gi-Oh! Is power creep the game to the point where like it's to the point where you do basically everything in a single turn. And the game is literally dictated by 2 turns. See, I found it. And, like, Digimon, because of the dumb explosiveness, like, it'll take, like, a couple of turns of setup before I move out and do anything to blow out my opponent. Oh, interesting. So, like, I'm literally, I don't need to attack because attacking is actually dangerous because I could give him resources that he might not have otherwise to be able to have a much more effective explosive turn. Yeah, I don't care about that. What does this card do? Celestial Arrow. One of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 60 then by trashing. Oh, okay, so it's just garbage removal. Yeah, let's go ahead and end the breeding. I'll just reset up. Like, just keep digging. What do I want to discard? That's the big question. I don't really want to discard anything. I could discard a war. Yeah, maybe I just discard a war. Yeah, like, just the sheer amount of insanity that Digimon decks are able to do is, like, what makes it basically kind of just Yu-Gi-Oh! At this point, which is not something that should be praised at all by anyone. Oh, end of attack, gain a memory. That's cute. That's really cute. Hankun stops battle deletion. And then he gets to Digivolve into Magnamon X. And then he still dies. So now we're at the crossroads where I have to figure out how to out his Digimon, or I just straight up lose to it. So unfortunately, this is a prime example of, like, do not interact with me, because I don't have a realistic way of dealing with his Digimon without specific abilities, which I currently do not have. And he's just going to start walking all over me if I don't do anything. So I'm going to wait one more turn and see if I can do something. Well, that was the X antibody I kind of wanted. So I should have Cool Boy'd first. So I get to take the X, and then I get to take the Protoform. So I still found an X antibody, which is not bad. And then this should get me set up to basically explode next turn. All these are good. I have enough Gallantmon X antibodies, so I would probably want to take... Maybe it's a War Growl. Yeah. It's either War Growl or Growl X. I think it's just War Growl. Alright, so depending on what I draw and what he's able to do, this is going to be the defining turn. Because I could have moved out, and I could have tried to delete his Digimon, but it just wouldn't work. And he's not going to let his Digimon just get deleted for free. So he's probably just going to use this to kill my Digimon, which doesn't matter. I just used it to search. That's good for me. That's really good for me, actually. So now he re-ups his protection, and I'm just seeing if he's going to attack again. Because if he attacks again, that's wrong. He needs to leave his Digimon up. But unfortunately, I'm missing out on, like, a lot of abilities because my Digimon could be stronger. Okay, so he is making the mistake of attacking again. So now he's actually giving me the opportunity to be able to interact with him in some capacity. That's probably the best I could have tried to see. All right. So now I have to do things. So, Digi here. Gain Blitz, which is good. Ooh. Now I have options. I'm not going to Digivolve. So, I'm instead going to use X Antibody, shove him underneath. Digivolve here. Gain 2 memory. So I could reasonably set up my red scramble, but my memory wise, I don't want to do that because I want to try to take full effect of everything that I have going on. So because I have Blitz and I could Digivolve, this is probably the best I can do. So now I'm going to gain even more DP, gain Blocker, gain Blitz, and attack over his Digimon. We'll draw a card. We'll gain the DP. And we'll Digivolve. Then we will -4 and unsuspend. That was good. That was very good. So, yeah, go ahead. Block me. And then what's the alterns part? Well, I have 0. I'm not affected by Digimon effects. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, so now we're literally just both sitting here staring at each other. So he has to, like, memory boost if he has another Magnamon. He's going to have to, like, memory boost to Digivolve, otherwise he passes turn. And then I just wipe this out for free. Blinding Ray. Okay, so he's just going to Blinding Ray go into it. And unfortunately, this makes it unblockable. So, again, I just can't interact with him. So if I had the Crimson mode, then I would be able to interact with him. Well, I mean, he dies here. Oh, no, he doesn't. That's unfortunate. I forgot he gets all of his stuff first. Yeah, I think I literally just lose because I can't deal with this card. Like, that's literally what I'm saying. I lose because I can't interact with him. I'm not gaining any of my memory gain abilities because I'm unable to delete his Digimon. Like, this is the big problem with Digimon as a whole right now as a game, is it wants you to interact as little as possible. And it wasn't always this way. That's what kind of, like, pisses a lot of people off. Is it wasn't always this way. This doesn't matter. So this is actually my final turn. That's good. That's big. Only 10 cards. I'm going to be how big? I think I'm going to be big enough. So I'd at least be able to delete this. -4 +4. Do I have any extenders? I don't. Oh, he gets bigger. I'm an idiot. Yeah, I just threw. All right. That was stupid. I forgot he gets bigger. He can have his buff stack 3 freaking times. Whoopsies. This hand's pretty garbage. At least I have Cool Boy to try to search me into something. Oh, I think I faced this guy before. Like, his deck's just not good. Found a total of nothing. Whatever. We'll see if this sticks. Yeah, I could discard the top card of my security. That doesn't matter. Medieval? Alright, we're done here. Yeah, I couldn't deal with a medieval. Because he just suspends my Digimon and then just kills it for free, and then I can't play the game. Did it change to Bond of Bravery and Friendship came out? I have 2 searchers, so I could reasonably try to keep this, but I think I just want a mulligan. This arguably is worse. I probably was better off looking for a rookie rather than having a rookie and have no follow-up. Because I heard a local player who's been playing the game a long time described the format as reading... Oh, as the breeding area of chicken. I've said that before. That, like, the game kind of developed into a game of chicken. Where it's just like, whoever pulls out first loses. Because then you just die on crackback. So I think I am going to have to try to up the amount of rookies in this build. Because I'm just not seeing anything. Like, the fact that I have to just, like, pass is awful. So I think 10 rookies is, like, way too greedy. I think, like, I am going to have to play a little extra. Because this, while it is a 1-stack deck, because it's bogged down by other cards, so, like, maybe I am going to have to take out, like, a Cool Boy for a red memory boost. Like, I think maybe the memory boost is just what I'm needing. Memory. Oh. Boost. So, I am probably going to have to try to run 2 red memory boosts. And then I have to cut a card. So, what's the card to cut? Like, Cool Boy's nice as a searcher. I don't think I need 3 of them. Maybe I do cut, like, a level 5. So, like, maybe I cut, like, an X antibody. I don't know which one's more important. The protection's nice, but paying more sucks. Delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 10,000 or less DP. That's pretty good. So maybe I am appreciating the increased range egg a little bit more. I'm not gonna lie. So, like, the card draw just doesn't seem to functionally matter. Because I'm not, like, raising out and then being aggressive as quickly as possible. So, I think, like, just the added range makes my numbers better. So, I think that's a noticeable change that I want to try. I kind of still like this card. The DP increase doesn't really seem to matter as much. Maybe I do just take out, like, 1 Blitz Staccato. I don't think I can, though. I think, like, I still kind of need to see this card. So it's going to have to be one of these two. And I think the cut maybe is the security attacker. Like, because I should already have... Oh, I think I already did. Yeah. So, we'll try this. Like, I think the dynamic of chicken is way more interesting because you have to figure out how to bait the opponent out. Like, that's my big argument for liking the game of chicken more than where the game currently is. We're keeping this hand. This hand's fine. Because the big challenge with the game of chicken is developing that second stack to be threatening enough to entice the opponent to move out, and then you move out. So whoever could, like, there's way more nuance to that type of gameplay. We will do this one. So now I could just sit back and chill with 2 turns of searching. Like, I know it's kind of just me, like, complaining about the current state of the game and, like, where a lot of people are finding discontent with it. Based on, like, my own discontent and personal experiences. So I do apologize if I am like, too negative. I think the issue... yeah, needing to find the ace. So, like, here's an example of, like, they're obviously trying to bait me. It's just a matter of, do I actually take that bait? No. That's not what this deck does. So, I'm still just trying to find all my parts and pieces. Both of those are really good. But I need to take this War Growl. Because if I find a Gallant, I'm in good spot. Let me see the list. Yeah, I could show it again. I could reevaluate. Liberator. That's risky. I mean, he gets to add the Zephiga, the garbage Zephiga, to his hand. Like, why is he still playing this? Like, honestly, why is that being played? Oh, wait, he gets to evolve from hand? Hold on. What the heck? Add 1 card from your hand and then digivolve? Oh. I mean, I still just blow it out, right? Because I digivolve for 0. Yeah, so I think I just blow this up. Tocado, that's alright. Oh, I found... Okay, yeah. So, like, the big problem there is I blow up his one Digimon, and he has nothing to try to stand up to my something. That's the big problem. And if my Digimon has protection, like, that's why he quit, is because, like, I was going to blow up his Digimon, and then he starts from square one, loses a lot, and then I'm going to constantly beat him in the face with a big Digimon. That's kind of like what Magnamon kind of does. Like, it's echoing what Magnamon is doing, just a little bit more control heavy and less protection. So, I already noticed that the red memory boost is helping immediately. Like, that was kind of crazy, where if this was a Cool Boy, or an extra level 5, then I probably would have been in way worse position, having less ability to actually dig. I mean, at least Cool Boy's kind of digging, but it's only hitting very specific cards, which is just the X line. So maybe by that logic, I go down. What does this card actually do if there's... So it only deletes if I already have a War Growlmon or X antibody. So maybe I could just sacrifice this one for this, because I do have the Cool Boy to try to search this out better. So it entices me of running more, and if I have these, then it's not that bad. But the inheritable on this is just so good. Like, it's all just good. Like, this is where, like, maybe I'm getting baited by Cool Boy and it should just be another Tocado or something. And so far, I have not really been liking this Gallantmon. Like, I think he's a good card, but the Evo cost being 5 just absolutely sucks. Like, it's the card that you want in the late stages of the game to just hard play, but like in the mid to early stages of the game, this card's pretty bad. It's like the biggest do nothing card. So maybe this is the bait of the deck, because I want to see like this, or maybe I play like a one of the raid. So what does the raid do? Because, like, I already should be gaining Rush from this if I'm going to be doing something with Rush. So maybe this card is just bait. Like, it's a good button to hit, but the trash needs to be set up. It's more for, like, anti-purple tech in tournaments. So there's Magidramon. That's not, like, terrible. In case I end on a level 5, I could ace. That's not bad. And then raid. So raid lets me delete one of the opponent's Digimon with 6,000 DP or less. So that's when I Digivolve. And then when I'm attacking, I get to delete one of the opponent's Digimon with 6,000 DP or less. If none of the opponent's Digimon, then I get to trash the top card of their security stack. That's pretty good. I'll try like maybe one of the raid, just to see, like, if the raid kind of just matters more than the on-play. So, like, I do think for, like, tournaments, maybe the on-play is just better, because you have a higher likelihood of running into purple versus here, where I'm just facing whatever. We're mulliganing this. Well, it's something. I do have Guilmon into, like, an X at the start, or, like, Guilmon into offense. Okay, so this is another... Oh, that's good. That's good. So I'll just Digivolve for free just to get the cycle. I could hard play this. So maybe the play is Digi, hard play, because he's going to go to 3 anyway. Ooh. I think I have to take the Gallant. And it's the Raid Gallant. Raid Gallant's really good for this matchup more specifically. So now I can Digivolve here, go to 0. Oh, the Cool Boy. That's a card. But I think I search first. Because just trying to get good math going. I found a Gallant. So now I have the option. No Medieval Gallant. So it's the same logic. Like, I don't feel like the deck all the time needs Medieval Gallant. Like, because the problem is I can't Digivolve on top of them with Gallantmon X Antibody. That's the big problem. So he gets to bounce this. That's whatever. I don't care. I might have to take one turn off to be able to set up this Cool Boy. So maybe this Gallantmon was the incorrect play and I should have just set up the Tamer. He found his Magnum on X. That's pretty bad for me. That's really bad for me. So now I'm kind of forced to try to respond. So I crack this Evo for 2. Punch his Digimon. And then Digivolve into Gallant. Delete his other Digimon. I think that's what I have to do. He's unfortunately still going to have something on the field. But I kind of feel like I have to respond. Oh, shoot. I missed. I misplayed. I should have Guild. I should have Growl X'd. That was my bad. Now the big question is which one do I do? I think I just do this. He's gonna go to 3 anyway. Ooh, Crimson's really good here. No, we delete this one. Yeah, I misplayed. I should have gone into this. That way I would have had, like, some protection, even though it doesn't really matter in this matchup. But this makes it a lot more difficult. So he's going to Magnum on X here. And that allows me to potentially, like, raid or set up a Crimson mode. So, yeah, he's passing over a lot. I'm not that huge. So, we'll Digi here for 0. Ooh, the X Antibody's pretty spicy. We'll search with Cool Boy, see if I can find X Antibody. Nope. All whiffs. So that's like my one big problem with Cool Boy and why I think he's bait is because like there's an actual high chance that I could just miss with him. Like he's good in certain situations, but the whiff is always feels bad. Well, I found him anyway. All right. So what do? So when I swing, I could raid into his Digimon. His Digimon's 17. How's it getting plus 2k? Where's the... Oh, it's getting the 2k from the Magnamon. Right. So I think I just have to let this stack kind of just go and set up the Crimson mode. That's probably the play, is just set up the Tocado and then try to Crimson mode his butt. Because I will not be big enough. Remove 1 training for the 4-cost Tocado. I removed the Cool Boy. I could see that. This just gives it blocker reboot? Is that the only thing that it does? Oh, alliance reboot. Okay. Yeah, but he can't swing. He honestly can't swing. Are these during my turn? Yeah. The memory gain's only during my turn, and so is that. Yeah, now I have to blast. This is one of the few counters to Magnamon, is right now he doesn't have protections. So, this is the only reasonable out. Well, I got the Protoform, so that's good at least. And then this puts him really far behind. Like, sure, he checked my security, but he lost his big invincible boss monster, and I just happen to have the out for it, which is why you have to play the Crimson Mode Ace. Like, I still like Cool Boy, because it could still find me the parts and pieces that kind of just do a lot. It's just the whiff potential is, like, why people probably would cut Cool Boy. I think, like, maybe as 2-of, he's probably fine. Like, I don't realistically need memory. And, like, these cards, if I did, like, if I have the proper setup here, these cards print me memory. So, like, watch this. I'll just magically have more memory. So, I could Evo into here. Gain Blitz. Gain a memory, draw a card. I want to do this first because this is going to force me to discard a card. So I want to have more options on what I'm discarding. Okay, I'm definitely discarding a Gallantmon then. And then I gain my thingy. And I could Digivolve into Wargrowl. And then Protoform to Wargrowl X. Or should I just swing with this first? What does this do when I swing? When attacking, for every 10 cards, trash the top. There's not 10. So I'll just be hitting for big numbers. So let's go ahead and Digivolve here. Delete his Digimon. Attempts to delete his Digimon. Then I can Digivolve here, gain memory back. And then I could always swing Protoform. So the big question is, now because that's just a when Digivolving. Oh, when attacking. So all turns if you have 0. No, when Digivolving by deleting one of the opponent's Digimon. If it didn't delete, then I trash the top and unsuspend. So I do swing and then I Protoform. So that's how this works. So we swing first. Gain the memory. Then we Protoform. Into the Gallon X. -4/+4. That doesn't matter. But we trash the top. That was a Blinding Ray. Then we swing again. He's at 9. Darn. I should have just used this card. That was a misplay on my part. Yeah, because now I just have to swing here. Yeah, because otherwise that would have been the game right there. If he was at 10. Right? For every 10 cards in both players' trash. Oh, in both. So I already met the 1. Okay, so I wasn't gonna... I overanalyzed things. I thought it was just in mine. He's literally got nothing on his field, so I think I just develop. Ooh. These are all good picks. Then I just Digivolve here, I guess. Yeah, and unfortunately I don't have Rush, so can't win the game. Yeah, so like this is an instance where it's just like Cool Boy and the Memory Gain Takato kind of were effectively doing the same thing. It's just the Cool Boy has the search potential, and I think that's like the big draw on why I want to use Cool Boy. Blinding Ray. Wow. He's going all in. He's going to choke me to 1 by evoing. I mean, this just is not good. Like, his plays are just not good. He's already had to probably invest way more memory into his turn just to live. Oh, okay. So he's going to at least delete this body. Which is pretty bad for me, because I would have liked to keep my Digimon. So he's going to suspend this, and then put me to 3. And then I just need to try to draw into to another Guilmon. So maybe the Guilmon discard was incorrect. Just because of how few Guilmons that I have. Because then I could have started developing another Digimon in my raising. And then it sees itself, which is the dumbest thing ever. Cards seeing themselves, I think, is a big mistake. Oh, he just gets to blow up my Crimson and keep turn. That's unfortunate. And then he just swings into probably the small one. Yeah, this card's just kind of stupid. Like, this card's legitimately dumb. I guess he just gives up because he can't kill my Digimon, and he's... I mean, he could have evo'd, unsuspended, had the blocker, right? Like, I don't know. I guess he just didn't have it. Yeah, so, like, I see the argument on swapping out Cool Boys for, like, the other Takatos, but I still like the search, because, like, this is obviously one of the most important cards in the entire deck, and the fact that I'm playing, like, 3 X-Antibody options, and they're all pretty good, means that I want to run them. So, it's just discard priority is something like I gotta get used to. But I think, like, this iteration of the deck feels a lot better than the others that I was playing with earlier in the night. This is okay. So, like, I do have Guilmon, so I could invest my first stack into being aggressive. So, he's... Oh, okay. So, he's an aggro deck. That's pretty good for me. So, let's go ahead and Cool Boy. See what we find. A total of nothing. That's fine. Yeah, unfortunately, I lose out on Cool Boy on my cute play that I want to do. And I lose out on playing the Tocado out. Oh, which is fine. I could always find time to play it out later. I just need to try to, like, get some control established, hopefully with Gallantmon. Okay. He's going for the risky 2 checks. Immediately dies. Training, not bad. Because I'm just going to use War Growl next turn to kill his Digimon. Hopefully I could draw into something super relevant. Because right now my hand is not good. Ooh, pass. Okay, that's huge. This is a huge card draw right here. That's pretty big too. Scramble, that's good. Gallant, also good. I'm actually gonna throw away Tocado. I really don't need Tocado right now. I just need the control. So let's go ahead and scramble. Because I'm still going to be Gallantmoning here. The big question is, do I pop a memory, or do I pop the offense training for the Gallant? I mean, I could just play Tocado and then Gallant. So Tocado for 3, Gallant, and then gain the 2 memory back. Yeah, I think this is fine. Because I burn a security off of his effect. Double? Are you kidding me? Really? Double ace out of trash? That's unlucky. I'll just grab the X antibody. Because now I could, like, Growlmon X to try to find stuff, and then I have the Scramble to be able to grab back what I need. Well, I guess that kind of sucked. Well, actually it doesn't. I can still Scramble. So, Scramble to grab back you, because I don't have the level 5. And then play out Guilmon and then try to search for another Gallant. I should have searched for the level 5. That was my mistake. So, oh, this is what I'm going to be drawing. Oh, yeah. So I do take this. Yeah, this was correct. So Evo for 2. Evo for 0, gain 1. Oh my god. Okay, I found the Gallant. I don't think I kill this. Hold on. How much increases do I have? None. So there's an argument to not Digivolve. Because if I Digivolve, I basically pass my turn. So I want the extra card draw first. Cool boy. So, during all turns, when it would leave, you get to play a Gallantmon from this Digimon's Digivolution source. Okay. The fact that I already hit 2 Crimson Mode Aces is nuts, though. So I am going to have to try to get rid of this card. So I think I do just have to do it this way, unfortunately. Rush Geel, that's okay. Yeah, it's just gonna have to be, unfortunately, the ace. This way, I just gain a butt ton of memory back. Oh, that's right. He doesn't have rush. So, I'm at 3. How do I leave my opponent in a bad spot? I think it's just Cool Boy and Red Memory Boost. There's the Gallant X that I was looking for. Thank you. I'll take that. We'll do it like this. And then set up another Cool Boy, and next turn I should ideally win the game. So I'm at 18, so he can't Crimson Mode in response. There's nothing else on my field for him to interact with. Sure, this card's vulnerable. He has to have like a Gaia Force in order to do something. Oh, I guess the D-Digivolve. That's unfortunate. But not a problem because I have Gallantmon X. So, like, what do you do from here? Because I'm just going to out his Digimon then literally the next turn. So this is not good. Oh, now he just Crimson Modes to out it. Yeah, I'll play a Gallantmon from my trash. Do I gain Rush this time? Yeah, I mean, I just rebuild. Like, honestly, I just rebuild. I don't know what he was doing, but it wasn't good. Because, like, I don't care about the Crimson Mode if I'm unable to delete it, because I just delete the Metal Seadramon and then kind of just win the game. This is not a good hand. This is arguably worse. I do get the extra card draw, so there's at least that, and then I do get offense. So even if I don't have a rookie off of the card draw, I could still potentially try to find one off of offense to be able to get something going. Tyranno. Crimson. Crimson's good. There's the rookie. Look, we're good at this game. A Tocado. So I have two options. Either waste the Tocado, like set it up now, or just Digivolve him back and choke him. I think I just Digi him back and choke him. Even though I don't get to play out the Tocado for free, it's whatever. The fact that this is 11k is kind of nuts. And it could be more. Okay. I do not have what it takes to be able to out that. So I think I just have to let that go for a turn. And just pray I find something good. I found nothing good. I'll at least take the Gallantmon. Yeah, I think he's playing these because his tamer suspends. So if I see my level 5 or 6, I'm in good shape. I think I hold one more turn. So, like, reasonably, he hits 2 checks. This comes out of raising, hits a 3rd check. So, like, I'm probably on a 1-turn timer in order to out his field. And I've been seeing absolute dog water of cards. No level 5, no level 6. Like, DP doesn't matter in this matchup. Because, like, I'll hit above him and he should reasonably hit above me. So, DP's, like, kind of negligible. It's a thing, it's just not the main thing. Yeah, so that Evo's for 3, kills my dude. Oh, well, there were half my megas, literally. Alright. Probably trash Rush Geel. Then the Fortitude's a problem. Like, this deck can't out Fortitude. That's the biggest issue. Like, I have to out Fortitude and then Crimson mode to out Fortitude again, to double out it. Nope, I didn't see the Gallant. So I guess I just lose. Cool. I couldn't deal with his body, so I lose to it. That's the name of the game. Fortitude is really good into red and purple more specifically. Against Mirage, like, Mirage probably just eats that deck alive. Like, that's why Mirage is, like, still absolutely insane, is because, like, yeah, I don't care about Fortitude. I just bounce you. Like, that's why Leomon never took off. Because Leomon was about Fortitude. It had some pretty good game plans and play patterns, but the problem was the fact that Mirage existed. Cool Boy's fine. It just means I, like, do a double search turn. We'll do this one first. Two hits, so that's at least something. So now I could potentially move. I don't have a level 4, so I'm missing too many pieces still. But at least I could, like, hard play these and kind of do something. So it's not that bad. Choke me to 1. That's fine. That's good. I'm not going to move out just yet. I'm just going to hard play a Gallantmon. Try to get some search going, because I'm still missing too many things. Ooh. Yeah, I'm going to have to take the Gallon X. It's 100% the Gallon X, even though I wanted both. Like, I at least have the proto form to make Gallant X useful. Is this at end of attack? Yeah, it is. Okay, let's see what they got. Digivolve for 1. That just stops my 1 Digimon from doing anything. I don't care about that. Scramble into Scotty. You're not really doing a whole lot here. Like, none of what you're doing really seems like it matters. So, let's see. I need to see, ideally, like, a base level 4, and then I'm fine. Oh, he just put it in my security? Whatever. This is just a when attacking. By placing 1 Digimon with node to the bottom of the security, unsuspend this Digimon. I think I just continue to search. Like, it's not really threatening me with anything. There's a base level 4. It's unfortunate that I'm missing out on the Gallantmon, but I'm still fine. There was an argument to take the Gallantmon. But, like, literally the Scottymon's not even threatening. Sure. Cool. Ooh, that was big. What does this do? When an opponent's Digimon are played or Digivolves, if any of them have... Oh. When your Digimon are played. Okay. So, I think I do just kind of try to go off here. I misplayed again. I keep forgetting I had Gallantmon X. I'm too hasty. Oh, I chose not to Digivolve. I'm an idiot. I'm legitimately throwing this game because I'm misclicking on cards. I still like this. Yeah, I can't believe I threw that. That was, like, way too big of a tempo loss. At least I get to play this out for free. What do I want to discard? That's my only Gallantmon, so... Oh, I do have Rush Gallantmon, so I do discard Rush Gallantmon. Yeah, this is looking rough. I at least get a gain memory because he had a Digimon for me to interact with. Has Cool Boy helped? Yes. Like, to be honest, Cool Boy has definitely helped in certain situations. Like, it's helped here because I was an idiot, but Cool Boy saved me from being less of an idiot. Because I wasted a training card because I forgot to Digivolve Gallantmon into Gallantmon X. So now I could Proto here, or I just Digivolve into Gallant Raid. He's got Barrier. So Scottymon would stay. So trash the top. I would attempt to delete the Digimon. I have more sources than him. So the option is either I Medieval Gallant. Like I Protoform Medieval Gallant, put him to 1, swing. No, I think that is the play. I think I do just go for the Medieval Gallant. Because I just add 4 -4, delete their Digimon. I missed out on the unsuspend, but I can't do anything about that. Maybe I could have blitzed before? Is that like an option? Yeah, now I don't know exactly what to do. Probably just maybe play another Gallantmon, see what happens. Try to dig a little. What do I have? I need the extra level 4. Yeah. Just so I could use that if this thing stays on the field. And I grabbed another Tocado, so that's fine. Yeah, they get to play something out and then rig the top. I don't know if they're going to do it here. Oh, that triggers this. Trash any one Digivolution source. So they get to get rid of my Protoform. But I already did my when Digivolving, so I guess I just lose out on my when attacking. Oh, you... Wow! Okay. That's crazy. I didn't realize that interaction. Where you could scramble, use her effect, and then still use her effect again. Okay. I'm learning stuff. So now they got 3 memory to work with. So Evo for 1. Gain the 1 back. Strip another source? Sure. I don't know if they have the tempo, though. Well, no, they do. Because they get to gain 3, or they get to go back up to 3, and then Evo for 3, go to 0, and then Evo for 4. Or Evo for 3. Shouldn't I? Oh, I don't have Protoform anymore. I'm like, shouldn't I not be affected by Digimon effects? Oh, they played another one? Well, I guess joke's on them. Yeah, I don't know what they were doing. Oh, they tried. Now I understand what they tried to do. They tried to strip more sources off my Gallantmon, but couldn't. Maybe that was their misplay because my Gallantmon's unaffected by Digimon effects. So they tried to source strip him, and then they were just like, oh yeah, no, that just doesn't work. So your ability just misses. No, the scrambles interacting with the ice snow tamer that way is actually kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie. That was a very fun interaction. Okay, this is pretty decent. This is actually a really good hand. I'm like one or two cards shy from this being insane. Okay, I have a full line, so there's at least that. Okay, grabbing the X. I probably should have, in hindsight, grabbed the memory boost, but I think because I at least have a line, grabbing the X is probably better. Royal Knights. Ooh. Do I beat Royal Knights? That's the big question. Set up a tie. So okay, so here's the real question. Can I actually go all the way? So I Evo for 0. Crack this. Evo for 1. Use War Gallantmon. End on Gallant. Maybe. Let's try it. Okay. That's really good. That's like almost exactly what I needed, funny enough. All right, let's not be stupid about our card draws. Ooh, I think I have to discard this. So I have no way of protecting myself. Because I'm like one memory shy from being able to actually protect myself. So like maybe I just Digivolve here. I don't care about the deletion, I just care about the protection. Because I could Digivolve here, then gain 2 back. So, yeah, I do think it is just a better idea to just Digivolve here in general. So I could offense training and then Digivolve again. But it's the protection that I need, so I'll just waste 1 memory. That's fine. Oh, the big risk is, do I swing at 13? I don't think I do. No, let's do it. Let's swing at 13. 11. Nailed it. You win by time. Royal Knight setup if you don't. Yeah. No, like I know I need to push the aggression on, which is why I made the play that I did. I only have a 1,000 increase here. But the 2,000 DP's nice. While you have 0 or less memory, add 2,000. I hate this condition. I hate it. I wish it was just a blanket. Like, I just get it. So if I draw into raid, like, okay, so if I realistically draw into raid Gallantmon, I 100% win this matchup. 100%. Well, okay, so not 100%. They could still have, like, Omnimon Ace to be able to out my Digimon. Because right now, my Digimon's just unaffected by Bounce and Tuck, so he could still be deleted. So I realistically need to find the Gallant X. Like, that's the big thing, is I need to Digivolve here in Gallant X. So maybe it was correct to offense training. I know Raid is really good into Royal Knights, but yeah, I know they're playing aces, so it's a lot riskier now, too. That's why I made the attack when I did, because I'm just like, okay, 13k, it's risky, but I kind of just need to put the pressure on. So they're probably just deciding what the heck they're doing. Dynast search? Sure. Okay, so he's got the Omnimon. And he's got Justmon. Putting me to 1 is kind of brutal. I'm not going to lie. Now my protections are gone. Huh. So the big question is, do I just give this up? Because I'm not able to delete his Digimon. If I had Raid, this is the easiest way. Like, I just attack into him. I think I do just go Gallant. Because it's either I Gallant or I offense training. I mean, I could Evo in the back too, but I think just going Gallant and putting more pressure on is probably better. Cool boy, that's fine. Yeah, because I at least had security attack +1. So now he's kind of forced to out my Gallant. The only unfortunate thing is I don't have any other setup right now. My setup is not very strong. Because I think I already used the one offense that I had. So yeah, he's just going to ace, get rid of this. I mean, I had to take the 2 checks just to put enough pressure on. Oh, Mechamon. No. We keep. Now we just offense. So I can either offense again or Cool Boy. So what am I missing at this point? I'm just missing the level 6 again? So if that's the case, maybe I just Cool Boy just to try to dig deeper and find it. Complete whiff. Losing on the Crimson mode kind of sucks. I'm dying over here, chat. I did not know Digimon Card Game Online specifically has a Twitch category. That is good to know, though. So his Digimon Living is really good for me. What does it do? You just get to place a card, a Royal Knight, into Yggdrasil. Okay. So how many cards are under Yggdrasil? 2. Right now it's just Omnimon, Ace, and Dynast. Yeah, I unfortunately need like one more turn of setup. What does this do? You get to play a level 4 Digimon from your trash for free. Oh. Okay, I found Gallantmon again. So do I just have to try to go for it again? I think I do. Unfortunately, I don't have the... Because right now, he's threatening. Like, he's honestly threatening. So, I'll start off by deleting the Sistermon. Then we go here. Raid Gallant's really good here. Gain a memory. See, like, this is the instance where Cool Boy's, like, kind of pretty good. We're gonna discard Rush Geel. All I need is, like, Gallant X, and I'm, like, pretty set. So, unfortunately, I am gonna have to, like, War Growl into Raid, and that should clear fields pretty efficiently. So I Evo for 3, kill this, kill this. Oh no, I Evo for 4, kill this, kill this. So he's gonna go to 3 anyway, so maybe I do just set up an offense. Well, you came a little late. And I don't have any, like, X antibody or anything to put underneath, so... Yeah, unfortunately, because he has Omnimon, like, I think I just lose. That's crazy that he's using this Lord Nightmon, though. Oh, he gets a draw card. I totally forgot. No! Alright, yeah. I totally forgot about the tie. I totally forgot about the tie. Even if I double attacked, or even if I attacked into security, I know he has Omnimon in hand, and he just plays Omnimon, everything gains rush, and the game is over. Because he would kill my field. So I really just needed to go into, like, Gallant X that turn. And then maybe I could have lived. If only I had a rookie, this would be perfect. This hand sucks. Holy crap. Gallantmon has his flaws. I will say that. He is very far from perfect. at least somewhat competitive now. Like, he went from borderline barely playable to, like, okay, I could kind of do something now. This sucks for me because I can't take an opportunity to be able to get rid of that. There's an argument to search. Or just Digivolve to draw. I'll just Digivolve to draw. Okay, I got rewarded. Whatever. I'll just use this to kill it. I don't care. I mean, at least he can't de-Digivolve this. So there is something to it. And then I could always, like, scramble it back or something. I just need a level 5 and I'm, like, really good. Like, if I draw into a level 5, I'm golden. I gave him a lot of memory, so maybe I shouldn't have evolved here. And instead, I should have just hard played the Crimson. That would have saved 2 memory. So this is probably going to be my last game before I, like, just do an analysis. Interesting. What's he evolving into? Oh, Rapid X. Well, I found my level 5. So I think I just do the thing. Let's X antibody first. Let's not waste offense training and scramble instead. Because it's going to cost me... So this costs me 1. This costs me 2. So I evo for 0 versus evolving for 1. So this is a cost reduction of 1. So I do think I have to... No, I think I can get away with a scrambled play. This is okay. I mean, he could use the scramble to put Rapid X back on top, but I don't necessarily think that's great. Regular X antibody over protoform? I run both. So both have their uses. Because Gallantmon wants to attack is the big thing. That I wish I had that card on the field. Like, so Gallantmon is a deck that wants to attack, and it could actually take benefit over the over this. So what, you're gonna trade, go back to 1? He really must find that card to be threatening if he's willing to do this. Yeah, because, like, the big thing is, like, this allows me to do a little bit more than Proto. Proto's really good if I'm, like, midway climbing. So, oh, he just gets rid of my Digimon. That's unfortunate. Alright. I think I kind of just lose from here. So, I'm going to have to grab back probably the Growlmon. And then play out the Geel X. Losing out on these two is kind of big. Like, that's kind of a big deal. Yeah, now I'm punished for it. Almost immediately. Okay, maybe I'm punished a little bit less. So I could Digivolve. So I Digivolve, Digivolve. Yeah, I just do the choke play. Gain a memory. Gain a memory. Choke him to 1. Oh, I forgot it has Armor Purge. That was the Armor Purge stack. No, I mean, so in hindsight, taking the Growlmon to be able to climb was the smarter pick because I didn't know I was going to draw into another one. If I knew I was going to draw into another one, then I would have picked something else. But that was also 3 cards deep. So I could have... because unfortunately, the only bad thing is add 1 card with Growl or Gallantmon in its name and 1 X antibody. Yeah, so I'm only grabbing 1 card. So, yeah, in hindsight, it probably was correct to take the Crimson mode and then grab the Crimson mode, drew into exactly what I drew. But I chose to be safer. I mean, my play was safer. It wasn't better. It was safer. That's all I really can say was it's just safer. This is okay. Because I just Digivolve and Raising, and then I just rebuild. So, Gallantmon can swing. Delete his Digimon. So, Armor Purge. Grape. And then I could just choke him to 1. Try to dig out something. Raid Gallant or Search Geel? I think I have to take Search Geel. Because I already have another Gallantmon that I'm basically lining up. So just having the safety of the extra rookies probably for the better. Yeah, unfortunately, giving him a scramble is not... Oh, it just went into a double Typhoon. Okay, he's basically running on fumes. Because he can't evolve properly, and he's not running enough level 4s to where it seems like it matters. So, this is basically dead. So, he might as well swing with it. Henry. Okay, so he's gonna try making a, Does he have a Gargamon? Does this need a Gargamon? Yeah, this needs a Gargamon. Add one Gargamon and Rapidmon. Okay, so he doesn't have the Gargamon. He just has Rapids. So I don't know what the plan was there. So now I just throw my resources out because they think the game's pretty much over. Gaining 3 memory is really good. Not gonna lie. There was an argument to play the Tocado because the Tocado would have basically been a 2-cost tamer. But I don't feel like I needed to do that at all. Now we go here. Discard a Tocado because we really don't need him. Ooh. So we swing with Gallant first, because this is pretty safe. Medieval Gallant, sure. Gain the extra 2 memory. Digivolve into here. -4/+4, and unsuspend. And then swing, swing. Yeah, easy. There. I mean, that was pretty good. So I'm probably going to be calling it here for today's stream. It's definitely nice playing around with the EX08 cards on the simulator. It's always nice when we get the simulator updated, but I understand that it takes time to develop it. So thank you for, 1, developing it, and 2, just your continued work and support on it. If any of the developers are watching, doubt that they are. But very appreciative. So as far as the deck, in a nutshell, just to kind of go over things, my main egg is Gigimon. Do we actually have a better Gigimon now that I think about it? I don't think we do. So this one, garbage. This one, not great. This one, also not great. Yeah, so all the Gigimons kind of suck. The 2 best Gigimons is draw and increasing the range. So the one thing that I realized on why I like the increased range Gigimon is, 1, if my engine's going, then I really don't need the when attack a draw card. And 2, increasing the range helps with my lower stages be able to delete Digimon. So I really been liking this as the primary egg. You could, like, splash in a 1 of the draw because, like, you could have, like, early game aggressive plays where you could raise out a Guilmon, Digivolve into Guilmon X, Digivolve into, like, Growlmon X, try to set something up, and then just have Growlmon X swing blindly, hoping it dies, so that way you at least, like, replace itself with another Guilmon. So, like, the draw egg helps in those situations, but I find on average, I'm just holding myself in the back, trying to do the classic stack build thing and just play boosts and trainings until I find everything that I need, and then just move out and try to kill the opponent. The deck doesn't have that much punch, but it has enough punch to where the control aspect, when I do move out, I should ideally be not dying and kind of just winning the following turn. That's the idea. So Gigimon really helps promote that type of gameplay. As far as the rookies, yes, I'm playing 10 rookies. I do feel like it is a little on the low side, but I'm mostly a 1-stack wonder kind of deck, and I do at least have some recyclability. So Rush Guilmon is more of like a late game tech card. So it just gains Rush. That's good. It's combos with scrambles, so that way my Digimon can then attack if it's late enough in the game, and both of our trashes are set up to where it works. Really good. Then the main Guilmons are going to be the EX2 Guilmon, obviously for the searching. Searching for Tocados, Growlmons, Gallantmons is all really good. The Inheritable is probably the worst thing about the card, but it's still not terrible in certain situations because with Gigi, it at least can hit up to 4Ks, which is not irrelevant. Then the other rookie is going to be the Gallantmon X. This card is so far pretty fantastic. Just on deleting the opponent's Digimon, gaining a memory if they have something to interact with is remarkable at making my plays that much more efficient. So anytime you have more proactive memory gain, it's usually a good thing. Which is why I'm also running the Gallantmon X antibody as the main level 4. So this one has that same inheritable because, again, if I could delete the opponent's Digimon, gain a whole bunch of memory, be able to keep turn, it just makes my plays that much more efficient. Then the when Digivolving to draw 1, discard 1 is really good for deck thinning. And then if I have Gallantmon or X antibody, it's inheritables, I gain kind of a protection where I just get a gain an on delete ability to play out a Gallantmon, which is good because I could play out Gallantmon or Gallantmon or Gallantmon. It's just a good card. Then we have only 3 copies of the BT12 Gallantmon because once you play 1 Takato, his when Digivolving ability is basically useless. The Inheritable is already kind of just mid. Plus 2000's relevant. DP Wars still exist. So it's not irrelevant. It's just not exactly where the deck wants it to be. But being able to at least set up your tamer and having the ability to set up a tamer is really nice. The cool thing with this card is I can have like a cool boy. And because I'm looking at Takato names specifically, I still am able to set up a Takato. So that's kind of nice. And the card I've kind of been liking, and it's been growing on me, is the BT17 Gallantmon. It's just removal for basically 5Ks because of the egg, which, again, isn't irrelevant. And then if it didn't delete anything, DP. So, really good. The Inheritable I find very awkward, but it's okay. It's mainly made for the ace, so that way the ace is at least a 16 when it, hits the field, which again isn't irrelevant if I don't have any additional ability to increase the effectiveness. So it's just a good card. Then when it comes to the level 5s, it's War Gallantmon from BT12 because, again, making my cards as efficient as possible is always really good. The end of attack, gaining 2 memory if there's no Digimon on the opponent's field is fantastic. And then the when Digivolving to delete a 5K is fine. That's not the part we care about. We just care about Digivolving into a Gallantmon and reducing the cost by 1. This is really good for when we don't have War Growl X, because then we just don't care about going right up into a Gallantmon. So already liking it there. Then there's the 3 copies of War Gallantmon X. This is more protection because, protection on protection is always good. Being able to stop the opponent from being able to tuck or bounce is very relevant. The extra DP is nice. The only problem is, you can't use his effects to Digivolve into War Gallantmon X. I wish it was the case. Unfortunately, it's not, but we sometimes are okay with just declining to Digivolve for a reduced cost of 1. It's not the end of the world just to be able to get the extra protections. Then the Inheritable of Security Tech +1 is pretty good. If we do have Gallantmon or X antibody, War Gallantmon or X antibody, it's in sources. Deleting a 10K, which is actually 11, is very good. It's actually pretty underrated. I like it a lot. Then when it comes to the Gallantmons, the main one is Gallantmon X. So this card is just the new big boss monster of the deck. This is what the deck is solely focused on just because he's actually a really insane card at dealing lots of damage, and he at least has some protection. It's not the best protection, but something's better than nothing, and he's just a very strong card. Being able to minus 4K and plus 4K, minus 4K from the opponent's Digimon and plus 4K to you is already really good at trying to win the DP war. Then being able to delete a 10K or less, which means he could technically hit up to a 15 because of the -4 and the additional 1 on the egg, is fantastic. And yeah, when he doesn't delete anything, he just trashes the top and unsuspends. What more could you want? He's just a good card. Then the other main Gallantmon is the BT-17, because again, he at least has some protection. The blocker inheritable could matter. It depends on the playlines, but it could come up, and then the deleting a technical 9k is not bad. And the plus DP is, again, just allowing you to win DP wars. Then when it comes to the off Gallantmon, this could kind of just be whatever you want it to be. Can this? Yeah. The off Gallantmon can be whatever you want it to be. I'm experimenting with BT12. I know some people have been playing BT13. Some people have also been playing Medieval. So, and some people even play the one of Megidramon Ace. It really just kind of depends on what you feel like you want to run and where you think the metagame is. So I've just been experimenting with BT12 because I think Raid is really good. The fact that he deletes a 6, technically 7k, because again, the egg is, again, still really good when we digivolve up into him. And then constantly removing small bodies is nice. And if he doesn't, then just trashing the top just allows us to try to win faster. So that's just my explanations, like just from his abilities. But again, it really could just be whatever you feel like you want it to be. Then when it comes to the level 7s, it's just Gallantmon Ace. Like, it's just the Ace Digimon for the deck. It's absolutely insane at closing out games and disrupting the opponent, assuming they can't really do anything about your Digimon. Pretty self-explanatory there. The Tamers, I'm running the Blitz Staccato because we don't have BT19 yet. Once we get BT19, this card basically gets thrown out. But for now, we don't have it, so having a way to attack at the end of the turn is incredibly relevant. So Blitz is the only way we can do that right now. The gaining a memory on deletion is kind of outdated, but if the opponent's giving you stuff to interact with, then that's their fault, and you get to capitalize on that. This, combined with some of the inheritable abilities of our Digimon when we use them to delete the opponents, is just really good in combination at just being as memory efficient as possible. And speaking of memory efficiency, that's why I'm also running 2 copies of Cool Boy. Cool Boy could honestly just be any other Staccato if you want it to be, or just fixing your ratios on Digimon or whatnot. So you don't have to run Cool Boy. It's just we're already running a full X antibody line. Well, almost full. We're just literally missing one on here because I'm only running 7 level 5s. But still, the fact that it can help find our X antibody cards, which are arguably the strongest cards in the entire deck, is very good. It helps us find our X antibody options, which again is still very good. And when we digivolve on our X form from a base, we get a draw and gain a memory. Just makes the deck that much more efficient. Again, it's completely optional, but I just like it, and I find it to be somewhat helpful at just making the deck flow better. Then when it comes to the options, it's very basic package. It's like literally the 8 cards that 90% of stack-based decks are going to be leaning towards, which is 2 memory boosts, search for red cards, always good, gain 2 memory, also good, 2 scrambles, which is just good, reducing the evo cost by 3, so basically it makes a 3 cost to 2 cost, so it saves you 1 memory, is very efficient. Then being able to play out a Digimon if we don't have anything on our field is incredibly good, because we have Rush Guilmon to combo it with, or we could grab a Guilmon X or Guilmon for some searching to try to find what we need, and it also helps us grab back whatever part and piece we want that was in our trash. So just an insane card. And then offense training, basically the power creep version of memory boost, so just reducing evolution costs is already still very good, on top of digging 2 cards and adding any red cards, so you could grab options, Digimon, or Tamers. So just more targets for less searching for a less cost. Then when it comes to the last options, it's just the X antibody options, because we're playing Cool Boy and we're playing Guilmon X antibody, so that way you could search out these cards. I'm running mostly the original X antibody because Gallantmon's a deck that wants to attack. So the main play that we want to do is like Digivolve off of like this card or just any level 5 into like a Gallantmon, then have Blitz or have the ability to attack at the end of the turn to be able to, actually attack. And then we would use X Antibody to Digivolve into Gallantmon X, so you could gain full benefit of him. So that way you could potentially gain some memory off of deleting the opponent's Digimon, and then you could unsuspend and make a potential secondary attack. It's just a good card to combo with the deck. Also, it can't be stripped from sources, so it just makes it easier to use your X Antibody effects. Because Protoform can be stripped from the opponent's sources. So that is kind of relevant because without Protoform, or an X Antibody option, if you did have to go like the deficient stack route, then it just kind of sucks because now your Digimon are just slightly weaker. But Protoform is still useful at saving you on the memory, so it just helps make your deck more efficient. And it also is recovery. And you only need one because if it works and it doesn't get stripped from the opponent's effects, then it just goes back into your security, so it recovers you. You get to recover whatever piece you had in that stack, so it just allows for you to have more freedom and flexibility over how you could build your stacks and what you could do with your cards and anticipate how the opponent is playing. So for the most part, that's kind of just my breakdown of the deck, and I think it's obviously this is still kind of a work in progress. I already made some changes based on the beginning of the stream on just some play patterns I was noticing in instances of oh, this would be good, that type of thing, just taking acknowledgement of how the deck is functioning and what I need to do to try to better support it. So, but I think this is honestly a good, I don't know if it's tier 1. I think it's a good tier 1.5, maybe tier 2 level deck. Obviously, based on some of the early EX08 results, it's not the best. It does have deficiencies and weaknesses, so it's a good deck. That's all I can really say is it's a good deck, and that's why it's probably tier 1.5, tier 2, is because you need to be an unfun, uninteractive, unfair deck in order to be considered tier 1 at this point. And Gallantmon, unfortunately, is none of those things. He's trying to be, but he's not exactly quite there yet, which is kind of just holding him back for where the current meta is. But I do think where the meta currently is and where his role is, he can definitely do some pretty decent work on purple decks. That's kind of what he was designed to do. He was trying to counter purple to begin with. He doesn't exactly do the best at countering purple because Levia still has options to be able to kill him, and there's plenty of purple cards and purple decks that just can very easily handle what he's dishing out. But ideally, he would be able to beat out a Mirage or something if you're already in Gallantmon X, and they won't be able to bounce or interact with your Gallantmon X because they don't really run option removal. So he does have a position in the meta. It's just anything that has on delete effects, he's immediately really bad against. Really bad against. So, if they can bypass his protections and their natural game plan is to be deleted, then Gallantmon kind of just falls flat on its face. It can't delete certain things also, so it does make it a little bit on the awkward side. Trying to be able to interact with the opponent, and again, if the opponent doesn't really have anything to interact with, then your cards are not gaining exactly the full benefit. So your inheritables here and your Toccato here becomes kind of just useless, and you're slightly less efficient when a lot of the best decks don't really need the opponent to do anything to interact, to make their game plan insane. So that's kind of just, again, why I think he's tier 1.5 or tier 2. It really just depends on the meta landscape and how people innovate and are able to shake it up, because I know a lot of people are still playing this deck, and he's getting more support in 2.5, which is where the second half of BT19 is coming from. Then he's going to get even more support in BT21 come unification. So the deck is positioned to be like a really solid deck to invest in. It just depends on how much BT21 is really going to be pushing the envelope. So yeah, that's my rundown, and that's my like quick first impressions on playtesting with Gallantmon. So with that, I am probably going to be closing things out here. So thank you everyone for watching. As always, feel free to leave a comment about your thoughts of the deck down in the comments below. And don't forget to leave that like and subscribe if you're not already, so that way you could, actually see my content. And if you actually really want to see my content, make sure to ring that notification bell so you can stay up to date when I go live next or when I upload a video. And I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of your night or day, depending on when you're watching this. And I hope to see you all next time.